then you begin to grow all these little, these little native grasses and things. And then those roots, once those roots take in, those roots are going to hold your material in place. So there's our little truck full of grass clippings and limbs and some other things from around the neighborhood. Whenever I'm heading up here and I don't really have the truck bed full of equipment or other junk that I'm pulling up here, I'll just grab some St. Augustine clippings and some leaves. And right now, a lot of people laid out some pine needles, which interesting, I laid here and they don't seem to have moved. This was 2.5 inches of rain, and then we had almost another 1/2 inch the last couple of days. But if you'll notice here, right here, my grass clippings started to float and move. I don't have pine needles really floated anywhere else. I've got these little ridges of grass clippings. You can see how it started going down the hill this way. I'm building up these little berms of grass clippings. So I'm probably going to be focusing my pine needles on this area to hold things in place and to allow that water to hit and soak. But if you look carefully, you can see where the water hits the island of pine needles, and then here, it's worse now that I drove right over it, but you hear, this is where the water started to rush. This is where you got a lot of water start to come through. Well, interestingly enough, this is going to demonstrate my point. You see this line right here is the wheel on my wagon I just drug across. So get to the point, Papa, get to the point. So your water it's hitting your berm or whatever. It's hitting a high point, and then it's going to rush around to the low point. So this means your direction is coming this way. And if your fall line, it's kind of like on the mountain, if your fall line's going this way, then your contour line is going to run exactly perpendicular to that. So you see here where that wagon wheel kind of cut that line as a demonstration. So what we want to do is we want to gather material this way so that when all this water hits here, it begins to spread out both ways evenly. We want to balance out that spread, slow down the water, and then you'll see back here, we can start filling in with some other material. That water that's captured there begins to soak in. Then you begin to grow all these little, native grasses and things. And then those roots, once those roots take in, those roots are going to hold your material in place. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our road materials, our scrapings from the county road outside, and we are going to build us some little berms, and then we'll fill it in with our pine needles and all that. I'll give you a shot when we're done. Y'all don't need to watch me work. All right, so I'm going to give y'all a little bit better idea of what I'm talking about here. We'll get a close up. You see, we've got little channels of water that kind of snake down, and then I took my shovel. I took the point of my shovel and just scraped a line perfectly perpendicular to that. And just wherever I saw these little washes, I went through and put me a perpendicular line at each one of these. You can see where it's starting to cut in right here. I'm getting we're getting a full-blown creek bank there. It's going to turn into a river. But when we get this water, we don't want it to just rush away. We want it to soak in where it is. So let me step back if you're wondering which way are your contour lines running, well, now that you've marked wherever you can see those little washouts, I don't know if it's going to show up really well, but now you can see that your contour line is running like that. All you have to do is connect your dots. This one seems to come more of an angle this way up there, and then you've got one more way up there. It's kind of a little bit flatter, but when you step back overall, that tells you it's not running perpendicular to your road. It's running actually at a diagonal to your road, which your brain tells you that's not quite right. Your brain tells you that water is going to run straight down your road, but water is going to follow the contour lines, and it's going to run perpendicular to them. So your berms need to actually run more at a diagonal, but you have to mark all those little ones so that your brain can start connecting the dots. And that's gonna have to Google that guy. He was way down inside that dirt pile. You're okay, Bubba. You can rattle all you want. You don't have a rattle. Pretty cool. All right, guys, here's a little trick I kind of accidentally figured out today. Maybe a little difficult to see afternoon sun, but we've got a wash. We've got some lines coming straight right here, and then we've got another couple of them right there hitting that tuft of grass, and then they're just coming this way. So you put all those together, but it's still, when you stand back, we're on hard packed clay here, so it gets a little bit harder to see than the sand. What you do is you take your rake and you line those two up, put your handle down in that fall line, and then the rake of your rake, the tines of your garden rake will show you the perpendicular line that you need to lay your swale across. So that's kind of an easy tool. Everybody's got one of these, and so if you're wondering which way is exactly 90 degrees, just put your handle in those little rivulets, those washouts, and then the head of your rake will show you where your 90 degrees is. This turned into an all-day project. There's our berm we were laying out. We had the little scratch lines over there, but we finally got, what we're doing is pine needles on the tire tracks, and then what is that? Grass clippings down the center for bluebonnets, and wildflowers in the middle of the track. And this is about 12 to 14 bags that we're just spreading out. So we're hoping to catch, we've got a lot more work to do on the other side of the pile. We've got more loads to bring, but as that water comes down, tries to shoot down the road, we've got a small berm over there that's established, and then it tries to shoot down that way, or it tries to sneak down this way. So either way, we're going to start catching all this water, and hopefully once we spread it out and it soaks in, then it goes underground and it starts, I've got my two little mesquite trees here. We're gonna bring those about. But all this out here is our bluebonnet field. So hopefully we get some good sprouts and water them in good this winter. Oh my goodness, guys. This video wasn't supposed to be this long, but hopefully I've given you some tips. Yeah, we got a nice pretty moon back there. Hopefully I've given you some tips about laying some stuff out, helping to fix the drainage you might have on your property. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Share down in the comments section. We need to hear from you guys, and appreciate you guys watching. We love you guys, and we will see you outside. Now, I was trying to get a measurement, dude. Yeah, stretch out. I'm estimating them at about 12 inches.